The Green Bay Packers just win, man. They continue to bully everyone that comes in their way. Now sitting with a 9-3 record, this team really is set up to make a deep run in the playoffs. And I really do think that what this team is doing is not being talked about enough. I mean, Jordan Love is on pace to have about 3,500 yards. And if he can improve that 20-11 touchdown to interception ratio, his stats will be in line with the best quarterbacks in the league. And the upcoming test against the Detroit Lions really could be one of the best games of the year. Detroit is red hot. The Bears in the second half on Thanksgiving finally started attacking their soft spots and showed that they are beatable. But the Green Bay defense is going to have to show up and have their best game of the season, because you just never know what is under Dan Campbell's sleeve. But I think the Packers do have a chance to beat them, and I'm going to talk all about it, as well as recapping their recent win. But before I begin, I would really appreciate it if you would drop a like and subscribe. It only takes 5 seconds, plus you can always change your mind. We are on the road to 40,000 subscribers, and with your support, I believe that we can get there super fast. So, in the past years in the Aaron Rodgers era, Green Bay would lose around playoff time, and you would just be like, man, they just got out-physicaled. Well, gone are those days. This team is gritty and wins in the trenches, and that mentality has spread throughout all units of the team. The Packers beating the Dolphins the way they did, beating the 49ers the way they did, encapsulates this moment perfectly. The team that for years was going to out-physical you. This goes back to 2012 and the Vic Fangio, Aldon Smith, Justin Smith, Patrick Willis defenses. Those defenses were the perfect antidote to the finesse teams that the Packers built around Aaron Rodgers. They were really good teams, but they were finesse teams. On defense, they were built to stop the passing game. The 49ers were built to run the rock with Colin Kaepernick and Frank Gore. Fast forward to the new generation of 49ers with George Kittle, Trent Williams, Kyle Juszczyk, and the offense built by Kyle Shanahan to manipulate middle of the field defenders and, whenever possible, come downhill and knock you in the mouth. But the 49ers don't play that way anymore. The Dolphins were supposed to be the modern iteration of Kyle Shanahan, the next evolution. It's pace and space, but on grass. It's the Golden State Warriors, but make it football. But when the weather turns, when it gets a little bit colder, it doesn't work so well, does it? The Packers now play the style every other team wants to emulate. There were plenty of teams that wanted to be the early 2010 Packers, the team that won the Super Bowl 2010 and went 15-1 in 2011. You know, playoff run in 2012, 2013, they didn't really make a run, but they were there. And Rodgers' collarbone had something to do with that for sure. In 2014, I think they were probably the second best team in the NFL that season. They lost to the best team, who beat themselves in the Super Bowl. It started in 2012 with the 49ers. The Packers struggled early on with that legion of boom Seahawks team, precisely because they played physical. They ran the ball at you on offense, and on defense, they roughed up your receivers. They tackled from every position, and they didn't just tackle, they came downhill with bad intentions and made you not want to play. Even though the rules protect you, they really made you not want to come over the middle. The current Packers don't do that defensively, but Xavier McKinney, after the game against the Dolphins, talked about how teams are not throwing the deep ball on them, not because they play a ton of too high coverage, they don't, but because Xavier McKinney is in the middle of the field, they can actually play single high coverage, and you won't throw deep because X is in the middle of the field. Now you're giving yourself another middle field defender, Evan Williams or Javon Ballard, or whoever they want to put in there, and they muck things up. That's why the Packers have been one of the best middle field defending teams all year. When they want to say, we dare you to run the ball and throw it short, and we'll really tackle, they can do that. We saw them do it against the Dolphins, who were struggling and flailing in the final minutes to get to 17 points against this defense. The run game is already the envy of the entire NFL. How many teams are now running that single wing spinner series from the shotgun that we've seen the Packers run? Matt LaFleur just pulled it out of the archives, somewhere deep in the recesses of history. I can't remember seeing a team run some of these concepts in the NFL, not with the regularity the Packers do. High school teams, sure. We're seeing college teams do it too. Steve Sarkisian does it a ton. It's really cool and it's hard to defend. LaFleur has found every variation possible and some that didn't seem possible. And one of the great twists last week, they sent Josh Jacobs in motion behind Jordan Love. When they had done that against the 49ers, suddenly Chris Brooks is going one way, the linebacker is going, wait, I thought it was led with that guy. What's happening? And all of a sudden, Josh Jacobs is coming downhill to hit you. Jacobs didn't have a dominant ground game against the Dolphins, but what did he do? He broke off a big play just on a short little dump off. That was the best version of the Christian McCaffrey. You can just throw him a 4-yard pass and he can turn it into 40. That was last year. That was that 49ers team that could play big or that could play small. And it's not that you have to play big all the time. The Eagles don't have to play big all the time. It's that they play big when they want to play big. And the Lions play big when they want to play big. And they want to get you into nickel. They want to dictate terms to you. They can do that too. And that is the key. The Packers can play any style of football you want to ask them to play. There is no playing left-handed against the Green Bay Packers offense. Jeff Hafley has come in, they've changed the way they play defense, and this has become a way better run defense. You're not going to out-physical them in the running game, you're certainly not going to do it on defense. That is a culture, but that is also personnel. Sean Rhyan has been a beast at right guard, Rasheed Walker is a brawler. These guys bring a nasty streak to the offensive line. Josh Myers is big for a center. He's enormous, a physical dude too. Zach Tom is probably your least physical run blocker, and he's your best pass protector. One of the best players at his position in the NFL. And that says something about where you are as a team. And Tucker Kraft has become George Kittle 2.0, or damn near it. It is remarkable how this team has pivoted on the fly. And it's a credit to Matt LaFleur. Not only are they playing a brand of football that has a chance to win them the conference.
Obviously, Josh Jacobs has been huge. He just continues to run really hard. Tucker Kraft, I can't say enough great things about him, his ability to get downhill, and he's a tough guy to tackle.
Unfortunately, the Lions and Eagles play in it too, but they're getting healthy. I think they can do it. And don't just take my word for it. Here is what some of the media has had to say.
Look, Green Bay's a good team. Green Bay is clearly a playoff team. They're the third best team in their own division. So let's give Detroit a little bit more respect. Green Bay's good, but they're not Detroit good.
Obviously, Josh Jacobs has been huge. He just continues to run really hard. Tucker Kraft, I can't say enough great things about him, his ability to get downhill, and he's a tough guy to tackle. So really in every phase of the game, I think our guys are being extremely physical, and that's something we can hang our hat on.
That's really all I got for this video. Thank you all so much if you made it to this point, and please let me know what you thought in the comments below. And make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't yet, because your support truly does mean the world, and let me know what you would like to see next. And until then, I will see you all later.